Hey, it's your boy Chongo coming at you with another video. This one is best of 2023 interviews. Now, before I get started, I wanted to make sure to tell you guys Happy New Year's. Fuck yeah, 2024 is where it's at. Fucking new you, new me, whatever the fuck the saying is, whatever, let's get it, right? I got a lot of plans for on a personal level, financial level, fucking work level, and for this channel. You guys watch and see. Like, I got big expectations. Fucking, let's do 10,000 for this year, right? 10,000 subscribers. Maybe you guys are looking at me. I don't even have 500 yet, but mark my words, I'm gonna fucking get it, man. I'm gonna get after it. So fucking, if you're watching this, go ahead and subscribe, because you'll be part of something big. I'm telling you right now, come 2025, fucking your boy Chongo is gonna be on top of the world. Fucking maybe I'll, on top of this car right here, maybe I'll get a second Bentley, right? So not only do I have this Bentley, but I'll be able to afford, if I get there, I have another Bentley. Fuck it, let's get 3 Bentleys. Why the fuck not, right? Your boy Chongo is dreaming big. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Again, this is brought to you by Joke World, best of 2023 interviews. I didn't even know Joke World did interviews, but I'm sure this is going to be pretty good. So let's get into it.
What's the deal with airplane peanuts?
From interviewing legends like Tom Segura and Mark Normand,
Yeah, that's a great YouTube channel, Joke World. Check it out.
to covering all the drama happening in the comedy world,
This is going to be on the Joke World podcast.
Louis J. Gomez.
and even reporting live from the Comedy Mothership and Skankfest, these are the best Joke World interview moments from 2023.
Watching your special Mostly Stories my freshman year of college was one of the main things that really got me interested in comedy and stand-up in general.
Awesome.
So it's just a really cool thing to get to talk to you all these years later.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I appreciate that. Like I said, congratulations on what you've built, and I think keep going, because you're filling something that needs to be filled with, like, that space. I think it's very smart that you did this.
I saw a few months ago, I was watching Two Bears, One Cave with, I think it was Theo Von and Tom Segura, and they just started talking about you in a really positive way. Does that feel insane to see two of the most famous comedians on the internet, at least, let alone just in the comedy world, start talking about you out of the blue?
Both of those guys were always super nice to me. Thinking about it, when I left LA, Theo called me one day, just out of the blue, just checking in on me. Last night at the Wilbur, I heard people talking about Bert, and I know that a lot of people, they spend a lot of time with us. They spend a lot of time watching videos and podcasts and going to shows. And you're never really sure how these people are in real life. And I'm not saying that there aren't assholes. I'm sure that there are some comedians that you're watching and they might be assholes. For the 99% of the ones that I was lucky enough to meet on the church and throughout all this have been very, very nice to me, very kind. I have no illusions of being one of the biggest comedians in the world. If I could be a headlining comedian, like in the same world as them, if I could be at the top level clubs, that would be an honor. So it's great that they talk about me in a positive way, and they like what I did, and they liked me, so it means a lot.
Filming your special at the Mothership, that's a big deal. So what was the process like, getting permission or just pitching the idea of filming a special there in the first place?
Oh, that was actually the easiest part, honestly, because like from the moment I met Rogan, I mean, well, at least
I don't know. I haven't seen too much of this guy, Brian Simpson. But one thing I do know about this fucker is that I'm pretty sure it's him. He's a fucking Marine. So fuck yeah, ooh rah. You got any fucking vets in the house? Any cran eaters? Fuck yeah, comment down below. I want to see how many cran eaters there is watching this right now. Anyways, let's carry on.
From the moment he saw me being funny, he was just like, oh, I'll support you however I can, whatever you need. Don't need trip. And and I never asked him for nothing. But then I was like, hey, I want to film my special here. And he was like, Yeah.
I know that you filmed a special for Netflix. So were there any differences recording your special at the mothership or recording your stand-up half hour on Netflix as far as constraints or freedoms with the entire process?
Well, yeah, because the half hour is not. Those were produced by Netflix. God damn it, Millie. Okay, all right. There's a lot less input in terms of the look and the feel, and you don't have a lot of input in terms of the way the set is set up and the lighting and none of that stuff.
There was one room during the special where it started off what you'd probably call a bad crowd or kind of a rough crowd, but it turned around in the end. How much of a risk is it shooting a special in front of a random crowd instead of advertising it to your specific fans?
Buddy, it's one of the 1,100 occupational hazards that came with this project because, dude, again, and the problem with that you're talking about the Fat Black Bar, and the problem with that was that, again, I only had one take at it. So anytime anyone films a special, they almost always film two shows, so that way they have coverage. With this, I did 4 rooms, so I had to do double the coverage, but there was only one shot at the bar, and as I leave in the credits, you can see where Ian Finance is hosting.
They are dumb. Not all the shows are going to be great.
And, the first...
That's rough.
I don't know, 11 to 12 minutes of my set, I'm just taking grenades in the trenches, man. Just nothing is hitting. It's to the point where I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, technically I could just say I did all 3 rooms of the Comedy Cellar in one night, and no one's really going to know that. I could just cut this whole thing. I was literally, and then I got the light to wrap up, and then I just happened to talk to the couple in the audience who ended up having a fascinating, unbelievable, insane, weird story, and then I got to do the call back to the kids and got an applause break. Which getting an applause break out of that crowd is felt better than any other applause break I've ever gotten, because they were so anti.
Comment down below, let me know who this guy is, because I have no fucking idea. I don't think I've ever seen this guy. So, comment down below, let me know who this guy is. I like his story so far, so I have to check him out.
Seemingly anti-comedy, the fact that I got them to that level. Ian was in the back being like, yeah, he was just fist bumping, because it was really a Hail Mary buzzer beater. It was a great walk-off home run, and it was all of that with literally the last 30 seconds. So that was awesome to do, and I am glad I pulled that out.
Yeah, and with one take too, that just makes the whole story even better.
Yeah, that's what was that was what made it scary,
So what does that feel like sitting around today? I know you're on the road, you're busy, but you're waiting for this massive video to come out that you've put years of work into, and now it's just kind of all out of your hands. So what does that feel like leading up to the premiere later tonight?
It comes out tomorrow, and I just want to get it over with. It's been such a goddamn nightmare with the PR. I hired a publicist. He's charging me $1 million. I've done so many podcasts and interviews. I'm on the toilet right now because I'm out of time. I'm at a hotel. I'm at a shitbox hotel in Lancaster. My key didn't work, so I went to the front desk, and he was like, "Oh, you're supposed to be checked out. It's 4 p.m." Okay. So now he's waiting outside my door, and I was like, "I just got to take a shit." So he's letting me shit and pack, and then I got to go find somewhere to shower. But this is the road, folks.
I saw you mention on Chrissy Chaos that Netflix gives you a certain amount of money, basically, and then you have to decide how much to spend on producing the special, then how much to keep. Is that kind of right?
Yeah. It's kind of a shit deal, but they're smart businessmen, because they know we want to be on Netflix. So they give you a couple bucks. You got to shoot it, edit it, promote it, all the stuff they used to do. And then you own it in 2 years. That's the big catch. So that's pretty good.
We're here at Skankfest with Ian Fidance, America's #1 comedian. Yeah. Ian, Skankfest features over 90 different comedians. Who is the most underrated comedian at Skankfest? Who would that be?
Oh my God, what a question. I don't know, dude. I love Brendan Sagalow so much. Okay. He's the fucking shit. His podcast is breaking up, but like a phoenix, he's going to rise from the ashes, and I'm encouraging to focus on comedic rap. He's so good at freestyling.
Okay, and who would the most
Comedic rap. Okay.
Speaking of the mothership, though, you were just on an episode of Kill Tony. The episode came out last week, and you witnessed a golden ticket winner right in front of your eyes. Kind of a wild moment. What was that like, seeing that unfold live when Heath walked out on stage?
I think I'm visibly seen asking like what the fuck is going on multiple times. When he came out, man, it was just like, what the hell? Giannis said maybe the funniest thing that nobody heard, because he just said it. He didn't say it into the microphone. He just said it to me. He literally just looked at me and was like, what the hell is that thing? And it just was so goddamn funny, because people were so torn between like, is he lying about his age? What's this dude's story? And then he was killing, obviously gets a standing ovation, kills. And then, like Tony said, it was like every question that you asked him made you think of 14 other questions you wanted to ask him. So, I mean, I have 1,000 more. The fact that he doesn't know the exact thing that's going on with him is, to me, I still haven't slept thinking about it. It would be my only mission in life. I'd be up on the internet 23 hours a day, and then the other hour would be jerking off or whatever. But it was a wild one. It was one of those moments where all of us sitting on it, like the second it was over, we all looked at each other being like, we just witnessed a legendary moment in this show's history.
You did so well on Kill Tony that people now are starting to say that the bucket might be rigged somehow. Is that a compliment for you? And do you have anything to say to those people who think that the fix was in on your bucket poll?
It very much is a compliment. I'm very flattered that people think that. If it is rigged, I don't know about it. I've never met Tony before that Monday. I had a very huge moment a couple months ago where I was on a show with him, but I don't think he even knew I was there. I was like third on the lineup. He was last. So yeah, we never even met, but it was very cool.
This dude looks like he's 11. Like, what the fuck? That might be my next video I do, because now I'm curious. Like, look at this fucking guy. Holy wow. I'll definitely have to check this dude out. So far, dude, I didn't know what to expect with this compilation, but so far I'm pretty entertained. Let's carry on.
That we met that way.
And once you walked on stage, you immediately got a laugh just by saying the words, I feel like.
I feel like...
Did you know that if you ever got polled that it was going to be a really big moment? Or did it click during your set like, wow, I'm doing something very special right now?
Yeah, I knew it would take people off guard, but I mean, I've seen a lot of people crush, and so I didn't know exactly how it would turn out. I wasn't betting on anything, but yeah, it turned out way better than I thought it would be. That voice track, completely organic. It helped everything. Definitely got the ball rolling. Yeah. But I didn't expect it to turn out the way it would now.
Well, like you mentioned before, you got to ask some real questions about if washcloths are for the poor, which has been a classic YMH debate that's been going on for a long time now and has plenty of people actually angry, which you've doubled down on, but it's not even close to the craziest thing you've ever said on a podcast. So as a comedian, does it ever surprise you what people choose to get upset at versus what they can accept as a joke?
It surprises you like the moment you go, oh wow, but then you go like, yeah, this is what people do, because you also realize that in, like, if you want to use washcloths as an example, the way that kind of went viral is that somebody clips like 30 seconds of a conversation, and then somebody who has no idea who you are or what this is just sees that and they go, oh shit, this is like very inflammatory, the way that this is said. And they don't get that it's kind of part of a larger conversation, and that you're basically like doing a bit, right? But you don't get any of that when they clip it out. But I'm also used to that, like the idea that somebody will take, a line from a special and they'll print it, and so somebody reads that and they go, this is crazy that you said this, and you're like, yeah, but that's part of a larger thing going on. So I'm not surprised that people get upset, but yeah, I think in the moment you go, this is what you're fired up about? Like, okay. And then you just kind of have to go with it, you know?
I'm sure I can guess what it would be, but do you have an official prediction for what's happening in the ring?
Official prediction is I'm going to knock him out in the second round. I'm going to pull down his pants. And I'm going to start sucking his dick right in the ring. You heard it here first.
Louis J. Gomez!
Okay.
A different festival like Moon Tower, for example, is a bunch of different clubs at different spots. Do you prefer that as a comedian, or do you not even really think about it?
It's better here because the worst part is like the travel. Like I said, the shows are great, but it gets in the way of the hang. And this is like the only time we can all be together. We're all not on the road. You know, it's the best. And so having a spot where you can go is like great, man. And the shows are like packed. Everyone's here. Like those other festivals are great, but it's like 7 locals and then like somebody from like fucking WME that like knows nothing about comedy. They majored in business. And now they're trying to get in on the get down. It's like fuck that. This is the best festival because it's all about the fans. There's no fucking industry bullshit. It's all people that dig you and they're coming up to you and like they get a chance to be like, dude, I work a fucking job I hate. You get me through it. And that's like the best fucking thing ever. And it's direct to the fans. It's right to them. And that's why it makes this one the best fucking festival.
Hey, it's me, Ian Finance. Whoa, what's going on, everyone? Rock and roll forever. Yo.
Fuck on forever.
Hey, rock the vote. Unless you're voting to decriminalize being gay, in which case that rules.
That's awesome that it seems like this is just so much of a passion project for you. Like you didn't even have any plans for anyone else to hear it besides you and Paul, it sounds like, but you just want to do it anyway, which I feel like is really authentic and cool. And one of the things that I feel like makes you one of the most interesting people in comedy, because you have this music side, you have the stand-up side, and then you also on top of that obviously own your sandwich shop in New York City. So I got to ask you this question. I feel like it's pretty obvious, but fuck, marry, kill between stand-up comedy, making music, and Joey Roses.
Well, thank you for all that. It was very nice what you just said. I mean, I'd fuck Joey Roses because it's you know, it's fun being in the bar and sandwich business, but it's a different kind of work that I hadn't been used to in a long time. It's not the arts. It's like, no, it's a business. There's a building there and it needs to make money. So it's fun. It's fun to dip into. I love the brand and I love what we're doing, but the business part of it is not my favorite thing to live and breathe every day.
Yeah.
But I am attracted to it and I want to fuck it. I mean, I'd marry the band only because, you know, I listen to music and every day, you know, constantly, but consistently. I don't listen to stand-up every day, you know?
Right,
so I guess I'd have to kill stand-up, but we had a good run, 23 years. You know, whatever.
Rick, your onstage persona is very self-deprecating and unsure of himself at times, but you've been super straightforward in calling out Hans Kim on multiple occasions now. Where does this confidence come from, and is it different than your confidence on stage?
That's a very good question. I don't know where the confidence comes from. My persona on stage is very self-deprecating because I have an agenda behind what I'm saying, right? So I want to be self-deprecating and I want to show that it's okay to make fun of yourself and to not take your life too seriously because we're just going to die. I'm a little bit of a nihilist, you know, so I really do believe that a lot of things don't really matter, that a lot of things that we attach importance to are just going to perish, whether either before or after us. And I think that can seem a little bit depressing, but it's actually giving me a lot of confidence. But once you accept certain things in life, the outcome doesn't matter. Like if I'm on Kill Tony, that's a bonus. I won the lottery. If I figure out that I can challenge Hans Kim, I mean, I know he takes it personally because he sees it as his job. I see it as it is a competitive world where we all have to fight for anything. And he's been challenged numerous times and he's won every single challenge and he's got more experience than me. So for me, it was more about the experience of it. You're a Kill Tony fan, right?
Of course, yep.
So you have seen every single or almost every single previous Golden Ticket winner, right?
Mm-hmm.
How many of them do you see regularly on the show?
Just you. Yeah, that's a good point.
So what's the value of that Golden Ticket? Especially as a foreigner. There are at least 2 or 3 other golden ticket winners who live in Austin right now.
Chandler, welcome to the show. Thank you for being with us here today. Please tell us, what's it look like out there, the scene leading up to the first ever Kill Tony at Joe Rogan's Club?
Everyone seems really excited, Jake. Everyone seems to be lining up. There's a huge line out here outside. Lots of comics from all over the place, from Canada and New York, just from all over, just trying to sign up for this show. The energy seems very great. People seem very excited, and I think people really want to see what it's like to be on the main stage of this new great comedy venue.
Now, as far as you can tell, are there any people out there trying to scalp or sell tickets?
As far as I can tell, Jake, no one here is trying to scalp tickets or anything like that. If anything, I feel like the crew here at the mothership are kind of keeping a watch out for that, so people don't get scammed out of this great show that they're about to put on here for Kill Tony.
And Chandler, you're a local comedian yourself in Austin. What's the scene like? What's the vibe in the comedy community with this big news, the Joe Rogan Comedy Club opening and receiving a lot of national attention?
I believe everyone's really excited. I think it gives people a really great opportunity to get on to this show. I think people are really just trying to show what they've got, and people seem very, very excited. Would you stab somebody for a spot tonight?
I would stab everyone in this line for 2 minutes.
Wow, you heard it here first, dude. Jake, people are out here willing to kill to get into this comedy club. Hi, Jake. I'm here on the scene with Malas Wayne. Malas, how do you feel about Kill Tony and it being at the mothership for the first time and it opening?
I feel the same, I guess.
Charles Adams Jr. Charles, how do you feel about this first Kill Tony on a Monday at the Comedy Mothership?
Man, it's all good. My feet hurt. I wish they'd give us some chairs or something.
Would you stab a guy for a chair?
I will fucking do that right here on the 6th Street, right here. For a motherfucking chair, I would. Hard, too.
Yeah, everyone's saying they would stab for a chair right now. Or just stab people to get in.
I wouldn't stab anybody, man. Just straight hands, you know what I mean?
Wow, that's a real man right there.
Yeah, just fucking crush them, you know what I mean?
I totally understand you, Charles. You don't feel like anything in your life has changed? Do you feel like you're going to get any opportunities out of this?
I feel exactly the same. I feel how I always feel. That's just how I feel all the time. I could be getting my dick sucked right now and I'd feel the same.
Yeah, I was actually talking to some people in this line, and they said that most people in this line have the same dick size as this microphone.
Yeah, Austin is full of honkies, so that's probably true. I haven't seen many Asians, though.
Right on. Well, Jake, I've interviewed quite a few people. People seem very excited. It sounds like people would stab people, which, you know what? That's fair, you know? I mean, the show is called Kill Tony. As you can see, there's a lot of people in this line. People are very excited and are anticipating the arrival of this show and this club. We're going to see how it goes, and I also signed up myself, so we'll see how it goes.
Your last special on YouTube is currently at around 12 million views. You were very early on the YouTube wave for comedians putting on full specials to their own channels. Was there any hesitancy to go with Netflix this time after seeing just how perfectly it worked on YouTube last time? Or was it always a goal to have a full-length 50-minute special, hour special on Netflix regardless?
Another great question, boy. You know your comedy biz.
I try.
Yeah, it's great. It's great having a guy on the other side because all the comedians know all this shit, and you can't talk to anybody about it who's not a comedian. But you're a nerd like us. Basically, I love YouTube. YouTube is great. It's great for comedy. These gatekeepers suck. It's a business at the end of the day, so they got no balls. They don't want to take a risk on a guy or a gal or a non-binary. But I think I got the YouTube crowd. I feel like I won that fight, and then I'm like, let me see if I can win the Netflix crowd, and I'll own it in 2 years anyway, so I can just put it on YouTube. So it's a win-win, and you get a couple bucks.
Yeah.
So I figure, hey, let's mix it up, and I get it back anyway.
That makes a lot of sense. That seems awesome. I just have one more question for you. In this new age of comedians making things independently, a lot of people are self-producing things. Many comedy fans just assume that any show produced by a network could be overly PC or a little watered down. So on this show, will you be able to say stuff like Bing Fong into the duck sauce?
Yes, I will be. I'm saying things even worse than Bing Fong into the duck sauce on this show. Actually, I got to give Vice TV credit and Kimmel credit. They really let a lot of the edgier stuff stay in the show, and they fought for it as much as they can. So I respect that. Yeah. So you will. This is it's on late at night. So this is why it's one of those things where it's like they kind of just let us go for it, which I respect.
From what you can remember from filming The Church, do you have a favorite moment or memory from producing The Church of what's happening now?
Ralphie May with Focus on the Yellow has to be one of the best. Meeting Gabriel Iglesias was fantastic. Mike Tyson was fantastic. Henry Rollins was very kind to me. One of my favorite moments, one of the times that we had Dice Clay on, was fantastic because after the podcast, he was sitting next to me, and Dice looked over and said, "Hey, have you ever thought about doing stand-up?" And I hadn't. I had never done stand-up, didn't think I was that kind of funny, and that was my impetus, I guess, for starting stand-up.
Wow.
That's when I went to open mics, and Joey told me about the fourth wall, and it went from there. So for better or worse, I guess you can blame Dice Clay for me starting stand-up, but
okay,
who knows? Maybe he asks
out.
Everyone that.
Has it ever been hard at shows that aren't as perfect for comedy like Kill Tony to get across exactly how funny you are to just a random unruly crowd?
Sometimes. I've had some bad shows, but usually what it is people are just like, what the hell is about to happen? And then sometimes they hear the words that come out of my mouth and they don't like it so much. So if anything, I can usually get their attention because they're like, look at this little boy about to go on stage. But sometimes they don't like it very much, and that's the problem.
We saw on Instagram, on the Comedy Mothership Instagram, you hanging out with a bunch of comedians at Mitzi's after the show. How was that experience, and was there any really cool moments that you want to share, or maybe the coolest person that you got to meet?
Yeah, I mean, that was just absolutely insane. I got to, have a really special moment with Tony. I had a really special moment with Shane backstage right before I got on. He was giving me a pep talk, and that was crazy. It was like he was my guardian angel. It was weird. But yeah, it was super cool. I don't have much words for it because it was just, I never expected anything like that to happen at all.
You're kind of an old school guy. What do you think about what's going on in Austin right now, kind of becoming a third city?
I mean, I love all these other scenes coming up. It's always, to me, I'm so old school that it just shocks me that these smaller towns, and Austin's a good sized city, but I still can't wrap my mind around how much comedy people want to consume in the world right now. It was so not popular when I started that I still don't really understand. Wow, the amount of tickets that are selling everywhere is crazy. I don't know how long Austin can really support all these clubs and all these things. I mean, at the same time, are there enough people there? Is it enough of a tourist destination to do that? I've been to the Mothership. It's a very beautiful club, and I think that's it's really cool. But also there, I feel like I love it, but there needs to be more bigger comics coming there. They need a deeper bench, is what I would say. Either they got to bring up some of the locals, or some bigger people need to move there. Because you look at it and there's great comics, but it seems to be the same few comics every week, unless there's a big guest coming through. And a lot of times there are. But I just think to run a showcase show where there's local, I mean, man, people love Joe Rogan, and they'll see Joe Rogan every night of the week, and I guess he can sustain it. But it would be cool if it became, truly like these other cities. Any night of the week, you're seeing 6 headliners, which would be great. And right now, it's mostly, it's Brian Simpson, it's Tony Hinchcliffe, it's Joe Rogan, and it's Ron White, and hopefully Tom or Christina are in town too. You know what I mean? Those
that sounds like a starting lineup. You just complain about having to watch those guys? Get the fuck out of here.
The fact that I can name the comics who are going to be there at any given night, So I think it's a beautiful club. I think he's done a lot to really make it a comics comedy club, and I just wish the bench was deeper and more comics will move out there. Those comics I mentioned, amazing comics. And you could see them. Did I mention Ron White's there? Yeah. Those are great comics to see all the time. But it would be cool if there was even a larger community of comics to support that club. Is what I would say.
Is it true that Hans invited you over to play Catan with him and his girlfriend? And do you feel any sense of betrayal calling him out so many times after starting a friendship?
I had met Hans Kim once for a podcast, once in a show, and once at a show, and once when he invited me over to play Catan. And I appreciated the gesture, and I do still want to be friends with him. On the other hand, does the fact that I go to play Catan to his house mean I should forgo any professional ambitions I have? If I had asked him for permission before challenging him, and he had said no, then wouldn't I be a worse person for still doing it?
Yeah.
I'm not saying what I did isn't selfish, but I also feel like it's not that unfair. especially challenging someone who, again, is filling out theaters, has been on the show for over 2 years, is doing great, has a great fan base. He's a great comedian. I find him to be funny, edgy, and he's pushing boundaries in what he's doing. And I don't want to take him out of the Kill Tony family. So that's not the purpose. I don't want to not be friends with him. I don't want to discredit him. But I feel like I've been given a chance where I was put in a position where I could do this, and I'd be an idiot not to do it.
Well, we've all seen Bobby as a hilarious comedic actor, but in Death and Ramen, there's some more serious scenes and tones. How would you rate him as a dramatic actor?
I think he's the best. I think that a lot of comedians tend to have like a real feel for tragedy and drama, but aren't necessarily given the space to do so. I think that Bobby historically has, he's been on Mad TV and he's played a lot of stereotypical characters, kind of to be a supporting character and to be the butt of the joke. I was inspired to cast him in a more dramatic role that still utilized his, very funny and comedic chops. But I was inspired when I saw the 300th episode of Tiger Belly, where over the course of that episode, he was so vulnerable and open with his friend David Cho and Steven Yeun. And it just sort of introduced me to a version of Bobby that I hadn't seen before. It was a version that was very sensitive and kind of dark. You always knew that there was a darkness that's there, but the vulnerability felt fresh to me. And that's when I knew that he had what it took to do it and just was never offered the platform.
Who is one dream interview that you've had for the show, comedian or not? If you could have anyone in the hot seat to ask them dating questions, who would it be?
I have been begging the studio to let my gynecologist come on.
Okay. I was not expecting.
I feel like talking to the guy that looks at my vagina for fun, that is the kind of person that I really want to talk to and find out, like, what is it like? Because it's supposed to be, what is it like to date the person across from me? And I'm so curious what it would be like to date someone that's a man that just looks at vagina on vagina. Yeah. Like, how do you,
yeah.
I'd be so insecure. I'd be like, how does my vagina look compared to all the other ones? Like, how does it stack up? I don't know. I think that in my fucked up little world, that's who I would like to talk to.
That is such an unexpected answer. I was expecting like Joe Rogan or some crazy.
Here's the Twitter poll. Would you rather see Bert Kreischer finally put on a fucking shirt or Sam Talent put on a pair of pants with his grotesque fucking legs? Like, you should be wearing those sleeves.
I'm wearing one, stupid.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gross.
No, what?
You have fucking open pustules that you have to hide. He can't just let go. I would let go of my vintage suits if he would just put on some trousers.
Make them in my size, bro.
Well, maybe you should change sizes.
People are just excited to go into this building to see jokes, which I feel like is very rare.
Oh yeah, it's awesome. I mean, if you're a comedy fan, you have to come to the mothership at least once.
Yeah.
100%. I think that's what a lot of people are doing. But also, if you're a comedian, you got to come to the mothership at least once. It's the only club where all the money goes into the club. Every other comedy club has to survive, and the mothership don't have to do that.
We all see those pictures of the red neon "Don't be a bitch" sign and that cool snake table and all that stuff. How dope is actually being in that green room and hanging out with people?
Oh man, it's amazing. Honestly, man, I laugh more in that green room than I do anywhere else. I guess that is a little taste that most people don't get to experience. But no, it's amazing. It's one of the nicest green rooms I've been in, for sure.
All right, well, last question for you here, Brian. I really appreciate your time today. Is it true that you have a special pair of Crocs that you only wear on stage, and were those featured at all in the special?
Well, what's funny, that used to be true. No, let me rephrase that. That is true now. I used to wear my Crocs to the club and then change into shoes before I went on stage. Mm-hmm. And change back in the Crocs. And then I think it was Andrew Schultz that was like, why don't you just wear the Crocs on stage? That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Because he asked me why do you do that? And I'm like, oh, because the shoes hurt my feet. I got You know, and he's like, why don't you just wear the Crocs then? And I'm like, you know what, that's not a bad idea. Who gives a fuck?
Ahead of this big Kill Tony show coming up, what is the largest crowd you've performed in front of up to now?
Tony take me on the road with him do theater stuff. So the theaters that we've been doing, probably the biggest is like 4,000, 3,000, something like that.
That's the rock.
Trying to do the biggest number right now. It's life changing to like know you want to do something real bad and to be able to do it every week. It's like it's a surreal feeling.
Well, Heath, we're talking to you a few weeks before the Kill Tony Arena show. Up to this point, what is the largest crowd you've ever performed in front of so far?
Yeah, so just recently, about a month ago, I got to go on tour with Tony for a little bit, and I did about 3,000 seats in Phoenix, and so that was really helpful. I'm glad I got that because before I got to do those shows with Tony, it was only about 400. So I can't even imagine going from 400 to 8,000.
We've heard a lot about what it feels like to perform at the Mothership, interviewing various comedians, but you also work there. What is that experience like?
It's like the coolest job ever. You know what I'm saying? I done had some jobs, but it's just like, feel like college. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never went to college. So it kind of meeting all these big comedians still like that while I'm on the clock. And like, I mean, cause being a door guy, like that's a big thing, bro. Like working there is like one of the best experiences I've had. Like, as a person, you know what I'm saying?
Do you feel more connected to the Kill Tony family or the Mothership family, or does that all blend into one?
It's all one family.
Yeah.
It's all one big family. You know what I'm saying? It's just got several different settings. We like, you know what I'm saying, like cousins shit. It's one big ass family.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's no different. Everybody in there, like, I call one message like my mom. You feel what I'm saying? Like that plays the reason I didn't get homesick real quick. Like I've been there like 9 months and I ain't get homesick because it felt like home. You feel me?
Well, your old home is here in Florida. I'm based out of Tampa right now, but you got a lot of people coming in from Florida to Austin. What is that like? Everyone kind of following your footsteps and expecting you to take them to the promised land in this new comedy mecca.
I mean, it's cool. I just like to show people like that. I think it's really funny. Like if you want to come out here, it's stage time. Ain't no greenness in my heart. You know what I'm saying? This place changed my life. So I would like other people that I'm really cool with, or I think is very funny. You know what I'm saying? The part too, you feel me? Because it's so much stage time, it ain't gonna hurt me to have a home, but I'm cool with on the show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's so much shit going on.
So you've been able to spend some more time in Austin since we last spoke, make some more appearances on the show. How has this crazy Kill Tony ride been for you since the last appearance that you've made on Joke World?
Yeah, it's been so much fun. I've met so many cool people, and I've done a lot of cool things. Like I said, I got to go and do my first theaters with Tony, and that's an experience I'll never forget.
Hey, what's going on, Joke World? I'm Sonny Carlin. I'm over here at ACL Live for the 10-year anniversary of Kill Tony. It's to the day, it's been 10 years. My name is DK. We're here at Kill Tony 10.
My name's Audrey Scott, comedian. We got these wristbands, not sure where they're going to put us, but hopefully it has a bathroom and a nice, cool, refreshing drink.
I'm Juanita, and I just fucking showed up. I didn't know anything. I have my sister like in the car running. And so it's the 10th anniversary of Kill Tony, and hopefully like get fucking picked for once.
Have you signed up before?
Yeah, for like almost 2 years. And everybody that I meet gets picked. Except for fucking me!
Make some noise for Juanita! We're all gonna be here together. Juanita. Oh shit, here we go. Let's fucking go.
Why'd you sign up?
I think this show right here, this podcast does a lot for the comics, especially the working comics. Unfortunately, a lot of people sign up that's not ready for comedy, but also that's kind of what makes the show. But the good comics, they actually, they get a little recognition and they show their hard work.
It's a great opportunity. I think Kill Tony has made more people famous than American Idol, which I think is a huge accomplishment.
That's
you know?
crazy.
Please let me know if William Montgomery's single, because I'm into redheads.
If you get pulled tonight, are you ready?
Oh, shoot, I'm always fucking ready, dude. It's my life, man. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready. I would love to be pulled. I'm really here to, I hope Jared Nathan kills it. Shout out to Jared. Love you so much. Kill it, dude.
If you get pulled tonight, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm not nervous at all.
Oh yeah, of course I'm ready.
Right?
I'm always ready anytime they're ready to pull me, which is kind of what I'm waiting for every time I'm back here.
I'm going to go with what I got, and if it doesn't work, it's only going to be a minute of hell. You can't even die in a minute.
Yeah.
You can kill in a minute, but you can't die.
Put your hands together for Kent Hunter, everyone. Kent Hunter.
it go?
It's good. It went really well.
Here we go, Kent Hunter, everybody. Make some noise for him. His first time on Kill Tony.
He didn't know it was my second time. He was like, you ever been on? He said, oh, it's the first time. And he was like, what's the biggest crowd you've ever done? I was like, when I was on here last time at Open. He was like, oh.
That dude was like, Kent is shaking more than Jared Nathan.
A little nervous? Is that why your entire lower half is shaking right now? That is incredible. Do we have a camera zoomed in on that, for the love of God? Holy shit. That is unbelievable.
I didn't talk much in the interview. They were just joking on me the whole time. They're probably going to do drops. Yeah, it was mainly the leg. They were joking about my legs, so that's good.
What do you think about Joke World and Kill Alley collaborating?
I'm pretty stoked. It means more people are gonna say I have Down syndrome than before. So I'm excited about that. And I'm watching all your fucking comments too. Now that I know, I'm never gonna stop looking.
And to finally wrap up this crazy year, voting is now open for the Joke World Awards, a fan-driven comedy award show voted on solely by the subscribers of this channel. Categories for the Joke World Awards include Comedian of the Year, Podcast of the Year, Podcast Guest of the Year, Special of the Year not on YouTube, YouTube Special of the Year, and Newcomer of the Year. Voting is officially open right now, so you can use the link in our bio to start voting every single day until the winners are announced. Have fun voting for your favorite comedians to win. Tell your friends if they like comedy that this is happening, and thank you so much for watching.
All right, fucking Joke World coming through again. Fucking hell yeah, dude! I fucking rely on them for they're my fucking joke dealers, right? Fucking Joke World for the win, right? But yeah, dude, 2024. Holy wow! You know. I figured they'd be flying cars by now. What the fuck happened to that? I remember like in the year 2000, I thought there was gonna be flying cars. Fucking that's aging me, right? Cause I'm an old man. Not really, but kind of. But yeah, comment down below. Let me know what your New Year's resolution is. Fucking. Like, I put on a little bit of weight. If I had to guess right now, I'm probably like 205, and I am not happy with that. Like, I was 174 in the summer. I put on some weight. Granted, I could probably take a dump and lose 10 pounds right now. From all the shit I've been eating and fucking drinking and shit. A little hungover, so there's that too. Fucking, yeah, I went hard in the paint last night, man. Fucking New Year's. Boy, Chongo was having a good time. But, yeah, New Year's resolution, want to get back in shape. Fucking, it won't take me long. Come March, I'll be fucking back down. I'm pretty disciplined, right? Fucking, cold showers, that's one of the things, you know, fucking trying to get my shit together, trying to fucking get in shape, fucking wellness, blah, 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 all the bullshit. Fucking grow the channel. There's a lot of shit I got going on. Saying I'm trying to win. Your boy Chongo was a winner, and this you'll see. I'm telling you, 10,000 subscribers by year's end. You might, even if I fall short, right? Let's say I only make it to 5,000. Okay, I'll still be fucking ecstatic, right? And you know what? I'm not even trying to get paid. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not doing this for the money. Just something, it's a good feeling, right? To be successful at something, right? So I'm just trying to win. That's it. Your boy Chongo is just trying to win. Well, anyways, that's all I got. A little bit longer video, but I hope you guys enjoyed. If you want to be part of that 10,000 group, fucking go ahead and subscribe and hit me up with some likes, because you're gonna watch me grow. I promise you, I'm gonna win. Well, anyways, like, again, that's all I got. You guys take care. Have a good 2024. Peace out.